What's up, you guys? Welcome to Day of the Tentacle Remastered. This is going to be a with commentary playthrough on the PlayStation 4. I just got it for $3. It's on sale. I haven't played the remastered version. I have a long play, no commentary of the original game, which you can find on my channel. I'll link to it as well if you don't want the commentary. But this is going to be the remastered one. I played through it once just to get a feel for the controller rather than a mouse and keyboard. Just going to check the options real quick, make sure subtitles are on, just for people who want to see it. And everything else is going to be the remastered version. So that means the visuals, the sounds, all of it's going to be the new stuff. No developer's commentary, although that's interesting for a first time through or whatever. If you're a fan of the original, and all these LucasArts point-and-click adventure games, man, they're fantastic. And I think this is, as a kid, I played the crap out of this. I still play it to this day. I could quote every line as it comes up. I've played it so much. Sam and Max Hit the Road is another one that was like around the same time as this. That's a very good point and click. But there's a lot of character dialogue, so I won't be talking the whole time. The only reason I am is because on my long play video I got a couple comments saying that I should do commentary on it. But that's nonsense. No. I'll let you enjoy it.
I'm thirsty.
I don't think you should drink that. It looks bad for you.
Nonsense. It makes me feel great. Smarter. More aggressive. I feel like I could. Like I could. Like I could. Take on the world.
Look, Hoagie, it's a hamster. I like Hoagie's voice.
Look, Hoagie, it's a hamster. Just what I need for dissection lab tomorrow.
I think I need that for the band, Laverne. You know, like we could bite its head off or whatever.
Hands off that hamster.
Friend of yours, Bernard?
He belongs to Weird Ed Edison, and it looks like he's brought us a note. It's from my old friend, Green Tentacle. He says that Purple Tentacle's mutated into an insane genius, and Dr. Fred's going to kill them both. I thought I was free of Dr. Fred and those crazy Edisons forever. But now, I know that I must go back to the mansion.
I love the cartoon music. Everything is so great about this. But yeah, this is Maniac Mansion 2. That was the working title. It's a direct sequel to Maniac Mansion on the NES and other things. And you can actually play that first game in a room in this game. But I'm not going to be doing that for time purposes. I mean, having done a playthrough of this, there's times where I miss the old sound effects. Because I just got so used to hearing like the sound blaster, ad-lib, whatever it is. So sometimes the remastered stuff, it just lacks a little bit of the charm that it used to have. But just barely, it's like a very slight thing. This is such a great opening credits sequence. I always like this better than Sam and Max because it's kind of more of a cartoon, you know? Where Sam and Max, the jokes in that game are kind of... You have to have a big vocabulary and understanding of the world to kind of get it. Which as a kid, I did not. Whereas this is just silly, over-the-top cartoon stuff. Like you microwave hamsters to solve puzzles. And, you know, you got exploding cigars and chattering teeth. Just silly nonsense. And that's why I like it so much. And I can't imagine how much fun they had designing this. But if you've ever played a point-and-click adventure game, you know that you point and click on random objects to solve and progress. as you go, and your verb usage, everything is like you choose an action, like give, look at, push, pull, talk to, that kind of stuff. And they redid how it's done in this remaster. It's all part of a wheel system now.
Okay, we'll spread out commando style. Laverne, you go secure the area behind those double doors. Hoagie, you take care of upstairs reconnaissance. I'll maintain Command HQ here, in the lobby.
What are we looking for?
We've got to find where Dr. Fred is holding the tentacles.
This better not take too long. I've got an anatomy final tomorrow.
And I've got a show to set up later tonight. If I'm late, I don't get to test the drums.
If I know Dr. Fred, he's got the tentacles tied up in his secret lab. Question is, where's his secret lab?
Alright, so yeah, using a controller, which is weird. But this flyer, we're gonna pick it up. And I'll look at everything, because there's hidden jokes on all the stuff.
It's from George's hardware. George says that every American should have a vacuum cleaner in their basement.
Keep that in mind. We got a help wanted sign here.
Help wanted, lab assistant, hardworking moronic drone needed to assist genius with experiments. High school diploma, not required.
Hardworking moronic drone. Cracks me up, man. Grab the dime from the payphone, remember those? And that's all we can do right now in this opening, but this is what it used to look like. You can swap on the fly back to the old graphics and see all the verbs down at the bottom. That's what I'm used to. But we're gonna do the remastered stuff. Let's open the grandfather clock, and there's a long opening.
Aha! A secret passage. This is all too easy.
Laverne, how'd you get upstairs?
Am I upstairs? I got lost.
Seen any tentacles?
What's a tentacle?
Oh, just something I whipped up in my spare time. Made good pets, actually. Until one of them tried to take over the world. Had to tie the little buggers up in the basement.
Good thing you told us that.
Yeah, Bernard wanted us to set them free.
Thank God you weren't that stupid. Did you say Bernard?
Okay, you're free to go.
Thanks, Bernard.
Yes, thank you, naive human. Now I can finish taking over the world.
Wait!
Oh, yeah. Now I remember. He's incredibly evil, isn't he?
I'll try to talk him out of it.
Leaping lab rats!
Well, what possible harm could one insane mutant tentacle do?
Leaping lab rats!
Dr. Fred.
What have you done this time, you meddling milquetoast? Now Purple Tentacle is free to use his evil mutant powers to take over the world and enslave all humanity!
Whoops.
Our only hope now is to turn off my sludge-o-matic machine and prevent the toxic mutagen from entering the river!
Isn't it a little late for that, Doctor?
Of course! That's why I'll have to do it! Yesterday! To the time machine!
This is all your fault, Bernard.
Behold, children, the Chron-O-John!
Duh, can't you just send Bernard?
No, you must all go to increase the odds that one of you will make it there alive.
Have any people ever been hurt in this thing?
Of course not. This is the first time I've ever tried it on people.
Yeah. Porta potty time traveling devices. It's good stuff.
Well, I'll be...
See, that's an example of one of the sound effects that I think was better the old way.
Bernard, float over here so I can punch you.
This must be that Woodstock place Mom and Dad are always talking about.
What could it all mean?
I don't know. I don't want to know.
Die. Die.
We may not live to see yesterday.
I'm sure Dr. Fred wouldn't have done this if it weren't safe.
After all, he is a doctor.
It works! I can't believe it! And they said imitation diamond wasn't good enough. Uh-oh.
I like how Hoagie's music turns into surf music. He's by far the best part of this game. Him and Bernard. Laverne's stuff is kinda not as good, but it's still alright.
Cheap mail-order jewels?
What happened to Hoagie and Laverne?
I knew I should have bought a real diamond.
Are they alive?
My dials say that the larger specimen landed 200 years in the past, and the other is stuck 200 years in the future.
Well, hurry up and bring them back.
I will, as soon as I get a new diamond. Then all your buddies have to do is plug in their respective Chron-O-Johns and...
Plug them in? Where is Hoagie going to find an electrical outlet 200 years in the past?
Yes, well, he'll be needing my patented super battery then, won't he? Now, where did I put those patented super battery plans of mine?
Plans? How are we gonna get Hoagie plans?
Don't worry me with details, boy. Just help me find the plans. They're in this house somewhere.
Now what am I going to do?
I think I made myself perfectly clear. Step 1, find plans. Step 2, save world. Step 3, get out of my house. Let's get cracking.
I like that part of the music where it's like, boing, boing, boing. So we gotta find the plans, which are just right down here.
Maybe I put them upstairs. That's got to be it. Upstairs.
You can also turn off the sludge-o-matic, even though we don't have to, but you know.
There, it's off. But it's too late now.
On this little chalkboard here under to-do.
I've got the plans.
Quick, we have to flush them to Hoagie.
How did you get over there?
My ingenious super battery design, please.
You really flushed them.
Yes.
Down the toilet.
No, through time. Using the highly sophisticated time flux hydraulic vortex chamber I've installed in each Chron-O-John, you can flush small inanimate objects to each other through time. Flush small inanimate objects to each other through time.
Hello? Dr. Fred, can you hear me? Drat.
Did you hear something?
No. Let's see if what's-his-name catches on.
My sister and I used to quote this next line all the time.
Oh, great. I'm stuck in colonial times, tentacles are taking over the world, and now the toilet's backing up.
Hoagie, come over here. It's your old pal, Dr. Fred.
Dr. Fred, how'd you get in there?
I want you to pick up those plans you see in the Chron-O-John, Hoagie. Bring them to Red Edison. He's my great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather. He'll know what to do.
You need the plans to make a super battery so you can plug in your Chron-O-John.
The echo is great here.
Okay, if you say so, Bernard.
Good boy. Does he have any experience with electronics?
Well, I once saw him take 3,000 volts directly through his head without batting an eye.
Didn't he pass out?
Well, he was already passed out when it happened.
Time for me to save the world, I guess.
Alright, yeah, the menu system's a little weird with the controller. This game is meant for mouse and keyboard. But let's look at the outhouses. Grody. I read the sign, I don't know.
Ye olde outhouses.
This kumquattree is very important.
Kumquats. The father of our country is gazing out at me. Wow.
Yeah, so obviously this game is catered for no commentary. But since some of you guys asked for it, I'm trying to do it in a non-invasive way. This is Ben Franklin. He's got some silly dialogue options.
Ben Franklin, soon to be known as the inventor of electricity.
Do you know Red Edison? He's a scientist guy, too.
Red Edison? A scientist? He's just an innkeeper who pretends to be a scientist, and he's not very good at doing either one. I can't believe Washington and Jefferson picked his inn, of all places, to write our Constitution.
Do you mean Washington like President Washington?
Did he tell you he was president? The nerve of that guy, always trying to run things. But of course, no one will care who's president once I've harnessed the ultimate power, the power of electricity.
That laugh. What was the part? Yeah, this is the thing. You get dialogue options.
What was that part just before the crazy laugh?
My experiments are bringing me ever closer to complete mastery over nature. As we speak, I am attempting to lure power out of the heavens to do my bidding. When I succeed, I truly shall be the most powerful man on Earth.
You are truly whacked, Ben.
Huh, that's what they said about the man who invented bifocals.
Wasn't that you?
Good point. Guess they were right.
Alright, there's a really,
I could use a little power myself for my time machine.
There will be power enough for all in time. There aren't any time machines yet anyway. That's next summer's project.
Well, I'll let you get back to your tugging.
Yes, back to science.
yeah, you could keep talking to him and discover all his little jokes. There's a really annoying part where you could keep on asking him, like, and then what? Which is kind of funny, and every now and then you get these little interjections. 400 years later, so this is Laverne.
Get me down from here!
So Bernard is stuck in the 90s, which was present day. 200 years in the past, colonial times, we have Hoagie, and then 200 years in the future.
It's totally covered with crud.
I love his voice, man. I don't know. Yeah, this is gonna definitely be hard to commentate. I really don't see, like, how it's possible.
Woohoo, the Pony Express.
You could skip all the cutscenes too, just click away, but... This letter's very important. See what it says.
You're brilliant. What a novel design. Come to Baltimore at once.
Alright, so obviously that's intended for somebody of this time.
I'll just run to the Chron-O-John.
We're gonna flush it down the Chron-O-John to Bernard, because he's the one who can do something with it.
There's something in the Chron-O-John.
So now it's part of his item inventory. When we explore the inn in the 90s. And here's the application. Let's take a look at it, because it's kind of funny. Croutons, lettuce, vinegar, oil, and gold to design this battery.
It's the battery plans I'm supposed to give to that Red Edison dude.
Red Edison dude. Yeah, you can always see his butt. I don't know. Every now and then he eats a hoagie. I think there's a trophy for that, too.
What's up? Don't feel like talking, huh? Vow of silence or something, probably, right?
Well, that's cool.
Well, that's cool.
I mean, obviously talking to a mummy is kind of pointless, but...
Great hat, man.
There's actually a trophy for this, too. Talking to this mummy as all three characters.
I know some dudes in a band who'd eat roaches for hats like that.
Insensitive
They're called
spittoon.
insensitive spittoon. They play funk, punk, folk, polka, house, grunge rock. They're heavily influenced by bands like Limpid Harmonica and Howling Moon Rocket Limbo.
All right, that's enough of that.
Later, dude.
So yeah, obviously Hoagie, he's like a heavy metal fan, fat slob guy, so it's extra funny that he's here with the founding fathers of the United States. Parody versions of him, of course. But we gotta get a bucket to clean off that carriage.
It's empty.
It's totally covered with crud. I love that line. Grab the brush. Now we gotta get some water, but there's also spaghetti and oil. Remember we need oil? Salad oil, he says, if we look at it. Well, let's put the bucket with the pump.
It's full of water. Sometimes I like to eat it raw. Salad oil.
I don't know, this is the type of game where, as a kid, just clicking on everything just to hear what they say was so funny. It's just, that's how you had fun. But this is John Hancock, he's freezing.
Yo.
Hello?
What's up, you cold?
Cold? I'm freezing.
Why don't you build a fire?
Well, I keep asking Jefferson to build a fire, but he won't. Says he needs the log for posterity and won't part.
I love your
with it.
choices here. Posterity. I like the poster one.
Who'd want a poster of a log?
I don't get any respect around here. Why, I bet if I spent the winter in Valley Forge, Washington was cold, we'd get some heat in here.
How come you sign your name so big?
Astigmatism.
This one too. Just shows Hoagie's stupidity.
Really? Let me see your palms.
All right, the truth is that a friend once told me that women go crazy over guys with a big signature.
What are you guys doing in here?
We're writing
We're drafting a constitution for the United States.
Don't say draft, you'll only make me colder.
That was Thomas
Wimp.
Jefferson. Wimp. Alright.
Got a motor, dude.
You have a what?
So this is a talkie game. That's what they also called them back then. You gotta talk to learn more and figure out what you gotta do to solve it.
Hey, tall, dark, and spiffy. My name's Hoagie.
Well, how quaint. I am, of course, Thomas Jefferson, noted scholar, musician, horseman, student of the sciences, member of the bar.
Oh, sure, I've heard of you, dude. What's in the can, Tommy?
Thomas. My name is Thomas, and this, my chubby friend, is a time capsule. Filled with remembrances of our time to be revealed 400 years hence.
Whoa.
Later, brah.
I'm gonna skip his
What?
stuff.
What's going to happen later?
We gotta give him a thing to put in his time capsule. And here's George Washington. He's the funny one, but actually first before that,
They don't seem to have gotten too far.
they're not too far along with the Constitution yet.
Excuse me. Yes? Whoa, you're like George Washington. Very much like him, according to my wife, Mrs. Washington.
Awesome.
Awesome. Indeed.
Indeed. I love his pompous voice.
Is it true about you and the cherry tree? Oh, yes, it's quite true. Why, I've cut down acres of cherry trees in my day. I bet you've lost it. You couldn't cut down a tree to save your grandmother. Lost it, have I? Why, I'd show you a thing or two if there were a cherry tree nearby. But as you can see, there isn't. I only cut down cherry trees. Family tradition, you understand. Cherries only. There's nothing out there but cedar and kumquats.
The music here is so loud compared to what it used to be, too. That's why I
Excuse
turned
me.
the music volume down, but it's
Yes?
still kind of louder than his voice. There's this funny thing
Weren't
about
you president or something?
his teeth. I don't know.
Yes, I expect to be chosen president unanimously. I'm very well connected. Do you think I should be the ecology president or the education president?
I think ecology is very important.
Yes, of course, but what really matters is which one sounds better.
There we go, the wooden
Do
teeth.
you really have wooden teeth?
As a matter of fact, I do make use of artificial teeth. I find them to be far superior to the ordinary enamel variety.
Don't you have a problem with splinters?
I've been to war, boy. No one who's heard the thunder of musket fire, smelled the sulphur from a cannon blast, and felt the fear in the hearts of his comrades is going to be bothered by a little thing like, oh, blast it.
Well, what about dry rot?
Hardly.
I think he says hardly to all of those choices.
My Uncle Henry has false teeth too.
Fascinating, I'm sure.
All right.
Gee, I gotta go now.
Well, there's some things to note there. We had dialogue options. Also, there's this. This is our first puzzle.
The Constitutional Convention invites your comments, critiques, amendments to the Constitution.
All right, well,
So as soon as Hoagie gets that battery working, we're set.
I'm afraid not. We still need a diamond for the main unit. And your friend in the future needs power too, if she's still alive.
Alive?
Get me out of here! I like trees and everything, but this one has got to go.
I remember the flyer we picked up in the beginning of the game about George's hardware, and we just talked to George Washington. So actually, let's give him the textbook, because Hoagie needs to make use of that. And here's the flyer. He also needs the help wanted sign, actually. And then we gotta do some stuff with Bernard to get more things triggered for the other guys. So let's explore this motel in the 90s. Best decade ever, yeah. Nah, I mean, it was alright. It's the decade I know. So you can see it's kind of very hard to do commentary over top of this, but... We got the Swiss bank book, which Dr. Fred doesn't have a penny. He's totally broke. Which through more dialogue trees, you learn why. Here's Whiteout, Boo Boo Be Gone.
It's a bottle of correctional fluid. Gee, Dr. Fred doesn't have a penny.
Notice the Darth Vader calendar too, because it's a LucasArts game. There's Star Wars references all over this thing. So up the stairs, we didn't actually see upstairs in colonial times yet, but it's the same. You got 3 doors in each timeline. This guy, there's no point talking to him, but we want to close the door, and there's a set of keys in the door. That's important. And we can use that dime from the payphone on the Fickle Fingers coin slot, because we need that sweater that this oaf is sleeping on. Fortunately, we need another dime, so let's watch TV.
This beautiful 4,000-carat diamond can be yours today for the special rock-bottom introductory price of $2 million. The number to call is 1-800-STAR-WARS. Don't miss this amazing once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
All right, there was a trophy here if you turn off the TV.
No good. I can't knock it over.
There you go, energy conscious. Candy machine is not important just yet, but remember that letter from Hoagie? This door has a very depressed dude, a novelty salesman.
It's useless. No one will ever be interested in my design, so I'm ending my novelty inventing career right here in this tacky motel. How appropriate. I can't even do this right.
Alright, so he's a failed novelty salesman. We could talk to him to see if there's anything funny. He's kind of...
Gee, you look depressed.
Not really that funny, though.
What clued you in, Brainiac?
I like his music a lot.
Glassy look in your eyes?
I'm having a crisis here, a warehouse of anguish. I'm a novelty goods designer by trade. I've come up with some fabulous ideas. The exploding lollipop, itching powder gum, and reverse 3D glasses, to name a few. The problem is, no one likes my designs. I send them all over the world and no one responds. I just wish someone would say they liked one just once. Oh, woe is me.
So there you go, that's your hint. He's
Never
just
mind.
waiting on somebody to say he has a novel design. Remember that letter? He also has disappearing ink, which is important for something later.
Hey, there's a letter here for you.
For me? Probably another rejection slip. Oh well. You're brilliant. What a novel design. Come to Baltimore at once.
That puzzle stumped me for the longest time as a kid, because I wanted to get this flag gun, because I noticed it was a clickable thing. But yeah, that's what you gotta do to get in the room. And then Green Tentacle is in here. More dialogue, so...
Green!
Bernard!
What are you doing up here?
Well, I couldn't stop Purple, and he's gonna go out and conquer the world, and I'm afraid of what he'll do if he catches me, if Dr. Fred doesn't find me first. Does that answer your question?
Yeah. Hey!
What's up, Bernard?
Want to help me save the world?
I'm afraid to leave the room. In fact, I don't think I can even move from this spot. Purple scares the daylights out of me.
Why the litter box? Have you got a cat?
Don't ask.
How does a tentacle sit in a beanbag chair?
Oh, that part's easy. It's getting back out of it that's hard.
Yeah, he goes on about his band and stuff, but...
See you later.
So the puzzle
Yeah!
in here,
Good luck in saving the world, B-Man.
since he's all big into loud music and stuff, you gotta push over the speaker and crank up his stereo and also take the videotape. Because there's fake barf stuck on the ceiling downstairs, and the only way to get it off of the ceiling is to blast music through the floor above.
Wow! This is loud.
There's actually a trophy, too, for playing the game
Cream.
without turning that radio off, but it's kind of excessive, so... A guy from Maniac Mansion 1, well, all of these guys are. Bernard broke into the mansion back then.
Hey, aren't you Weird Ed Edison, the paramilitary nut?
Why, yes, Hey, do I know you?
Yeah, I'm Bernard Bernoulli. I broke into your house 5 years ago, kidnapped your hamster, broke into your piggy bank.
Nope, doesn't ring a bell, but I can't remember much about that period anyway. My psychotherapist thinks something traumatic happened to me back then that I'm blocking out.
Does it have anything to do with a hamster?
All I know is that I used to have a cute white hamster with spots, and now I have a cute brown one with no spots. It used to worry me, and the nightmares would come. I'm much better now. I don't have those bad thoughts anymore.
This is the voices.
Now I collect stamps.
This is one of those games like Star Fox that you just walk away
Are all
quoting.
your hobbies this fascinating?
I don't have any other hobbies. These stamps are my whole life. If anything were ever to happen to them...
There's your hint.
Well, hope I didn't get you too excited. Bye.
Peace be with you.
Another Star Wars reference. But we need his hamster, just like in the previous game, Maniac Mansion. You torture a hamster in that game, too. But disappearing ink. Let's use it on him first. That's not the puzzle. But this is what it does if you use it on literally anything. It disappears.
Hey, be careful. You almost hit my stamp.
There's your other hint. So now you want to use it on the stamp book.
Hey,
the music
wanna see a neat
changes.
trick?
Sure.
Neat, huh?
My Pony Express stamps. You ruined my Pony Express stamps. Not to mention 5 years of therapy. Get out of my room.
Jeez, what a grump. He should really try to find some outlet for those negative feelings.
All of that was for this Pony Express stamp. Remember, Hoagie's in colonial times, and he just said, "Woohoo, the Pony Express." So we're gonna have to mail something later, is that what that means? And
It looks like all the ink's disappeared now.
the ink is gone, so we can return it,
Get out of
which
here.
is also a trophy, but I already got it.
Hey, you fixed it. I guess I can forgive you now.
Sometimes I do stupid stuff and I don't even know why, as if my body were being controlled by some demented, sadistic puppet master.
Well, we all feel that way sometimes.
See, it's like a dry humor. That computer back there, this is how you play Maniac Mansion. I'm not gonna do it though.
I've got one just like this packed away in the garage.
And there you go, that's that room solved. Yeah, the interjections change depending on who you are when they happen. So this, in Bernard's time, it's all these news flashes of purple tentacle causing chaos. This door, we can't do anything yet, but I'll show you. Like the puzzle hints in the dialogue tree, I guess, like that statue's important. But let's talk to her.
Excuse me.
What is it? I'm rather... Say, aren't you Bernard Bernoulli?
You must have me confused with some other Bernard Bernoulli.
No, you're the one. You broke into our mansion a few years ago to save your little friend. What did you come for this time?
It's a secret, I can't tell you.
It's a secret. I can't tell you.
A secret, eh? How exciting! Well, I won't rat you out, hot stuff.
Oh, yeah, she's so annoying.
I was just admiring your statue.
Thank you. It's been in the Edison family since colonial times. One of Fred's ancestors carved it.
How's Dr. Fred doing?
Well, he's still upset about the family financial situation, seeing that it's his fault and all. But he seems a lot better now that he stopped sleepwalking.
How did he manage to stop sleepwalking?
He stopped sleeping. Fred drinks a lot of coffee. Me, I only drink decaf.
What's wrong with sleepwalking?
Ordinarily nothing. But when Fred sleepwalks, he remembers the combination to the safe. I'd find him in the office, opening it, screaming like a cat in the oven, and slamming it again. Something about what's in there really scares him. Unfortunately, I was never able to catch the combination since he works it so fast.
I'll let you get back to what you were doing.
Come back anytime, you big hunk.
Oh, that laugh. Alright, well, you can look at some of the stuff in here, but that was pretty much all the hint that you need. You also gotta try to push her, but watch what happens when you do. So there's 3 things of note that we just learned, but first let's look at this crap.
Ooh, baby, what a man.
You ain't kidding, precious.
It's so dumb.
It looks like a physics professor I knew in the 2nd grade. It's signed, Edna, thanks for giving me the fever. Creepy.
Okay, well, I think that's gonna be the last bit of dialogue for a little bit here. So what we learned there, she has this crazy VCR thing. We have a videotape, so we could record Dr. Fred opening the safe, which he does too fast. We know that the statue was built in colonial times, so that's Hoagie. It all is just connected like that. And also we learned about his sleepwalking and decaf coffee. So it's all stuff you're supposed to remember to solve puzzles coming up. Now we're in the novelty party room. Let's take out this clown. Yeah, that laugh was better with the old sound.
I hate that clown.
Hey, boy, you missed the party.
It's Ben Franklin again.
You and the clown were having a party?
No, last night. At the Novelty Good Salesmen's Convention. I tell you, we novelty good salesmen know how to have a good time.
Gotta run.
Ciao, kid.
I'm not gonna talk to him because his voice is kind of annoying, actually, out of all the characters. But these teeth, if you keep clicking towards the bottom of the screen, it will always go in the vent that we just opened up. And we need these chattering teeth, because remember George Washington uses artificial teeth? That's your hint here. And now the cigar lighter is a gun, but we're gonna replace it with that flag gun that we
Looks
picked
almost
up.
real. That's the second coolest pocket protector I've ever seen.
Huh? I don't see anything.
Oh, never mind.
And now let's talk to him, because he sells exploding cigars and he gets a kick out of blowing your head off.
What can I do for you, kid?
But he doesn't know that we're about to pull a prank
Has
on
anyone
him.
ever told you look like Donny Osmond?
That's strange. My wife says I look like Charlie Chaplin. Oh, want a cigar?
Sure, lay one of those Havanan babies on me.
I don't get it. Get lost, kid.
Interesting thing, now he has sad eyebrows. Like his little sprite or whatever permanently changes. There you go, that's pretty much the whole mansion. Get our fake barf for later. And then we got the keys to give to a mugger out here. So now that we've seen the mansion in modern times, well, we can talk to Ted. Dead cousin Ted.
Hey, Ted. Talkative as ever, eh, Ted?
I just want the trophy, that's all.
Boy, I wish I had as little on my mind as you do. I guess I'd best be on about saving the world.
So obviously this game is not for everybody if you don't want to sit through all the dialogue and learn about it. But back then, man, these computer games where you just like click on random environment stuff and see what happens, it was so much fun. Especially as a kid.
Hi.
Don't sneak up on me like that.
What are you up to?
I locked my keys in the car.
If you're locked out, why break into the trunk?
I have a spare set of keys in there.
I like this dude's voice too. Sounds like Jack
I
Nicholson
don't
or
see
something.
your keys in the car.
Actually, I lost them somewhere.
Here, perhaps these are your keys.
Where? Gimme. Hey, thanks, pal. Keep the crowbar.
Thank you, masked man.
Bernard's so stupid.
What sort of person would carry around this many keys?
So obviously those were the keys that we grabbed from the backside of the door with the fat sleeping man. You could either give it to him straight off through your inventory, or you could do it through the dialogue chain like that. So now, we're gonna use the teeth.
I'll use the Chron-O-John.
And flush them, all the hoagie things that we just collected. So the fake teeth, the cigar lighter, the exploding cigar. The Pony Express stamp too we could do. I mean, it really doesn't matter, but at the end of the day, he's gonna need it, so. The rest is all either Bernard or Laverne, so let's use the new crowbar to get this gum off of the floor, which has our other dime in it for that coin slot. It's another piece of this game that as a kid took me forever to figure out. There's only one other room. Remember the room where we got the bucket and the brush as Hoagie? We didn't explore that room here in this timeline. But it's not really time for that puzzle yet, so that's why I skipped it. Let's get this sweater that this dude's on. He's about as useless to talk to as the mummy, because he never responds or does anything, but...
Ew, it's soaking
There might be a
wet.
joke or two hidden in there. But you've seen how it is. It's kind of like a dry humor.
That buzzing fluorescent light makes the beef jerky look especially attractive.
Now to do something I actually tried to do in real life because of this game. Take a crowbar to a vending machine. Don't ever do it. I think it's a felony if you break a thing. I failed miserably when I tried to do it, but yeah.
1968? 1974? Oh, 1977.
Now, if you do turn on the developer's commentary, they say that they did actual math here to calculate how many quarters it needs to be to run a dryer for 400
I figure
years.
this is about $876,600 worth of quarters.
There you go. Also, the hamster we gotta shove in the freezer because that needs to be preserved 400 years in the future, and the only way is to freeze him.
I'm sorry to do this to you, little fella, but it's for the future of the whole planet.
So you see silly cartoon puzzles that, I don't know, it's just... I feel weird about it now just because of, like, the pressure of trying to squeeze in my own commentary in between the dialogue. Like, I just feel like it's hard to show you why it's such a great game. Because it might be one of those things, if you missed it back then, like, it's not going to do anything for you now. Here we go, let's check out this room. It's a dryer, so we have a soaking wet sweater. Also this funnel in here. So we gotta dry the soaking wet sweater using all of those quarters, which will run this thing for 400 years so Laverne can pick it up later. How it doesn't break? It's a cartoon!
Whew.
And here's the little diner section, the fork. Laverne's gonna need that later. And then the decaf and regular coffee are very important. Remember what we learned about Dr. Fred and his sleepwalking? So yeah, it's just cartoon antics to try to save the world. I think we're about done. Now we need red paint. So we'll just kind of hang out here and then go back to Hoagie, and we're right here by the suggestion box. Remember this thing?
George says that every American should have a vacuum cleaner in their basement.
So there you go, it's becoming part of the Constitution now.
Boy, it's sure quiet in here. I wonder if there might be any ideas worth discussing in the suggestion box. Maybe somebody should take a look. I say, lads, I have an idea.
Does it have anything to do with starting a fire?
No. I was thinking it's about time we open the suggestion box. Don't you agree?
Sure, George, if you say so.
Yes, whatever you think is fine with us.
Excellent.
What's he thinking? No one of any importance has been here all day. What could be in the suggestion box?
Perhaps he intends to suggest something himself.
Oh.
Here's a suggestion. It says, George says that every American should have a vacuum cleaner in their basement. What do you think, gentlemen?
Whatever you say, George.
Your name's on it. I'm sure you must have a good reason for suggesting it.
Yes. It's strange. I don't quite... Well, I'm sure I had a reason for it. If there are no objections, we shall add it to the Constitution immediately. No? Good, and so shall it be law.
What's a vacuum cleaner?
It's just so stupid. There you go, there's in the future a you suck vacuum. So that's all to help Laverne out later on. And now that we have the exploding cigar and we know George Washington has fake teeth, let's pull a prank on him.
Excuse me. Yes? Mr. President, may I offer you an excellent smoke? Can you also provide me with a light? Sure. Well, in that case...
Yeah, that sound effect was way better in the old thing,
Blast,
too.
I hate it when that happens. See if you can't find those for me, will you? There's a good lad.
So now, the only teeth we have are the chattering ones.
Could you use these? Why, thank you, young man. Strange. I wonder if I should cut down on the coffee.
Hey, Tom, look! The father of our nation is cold. Better build a fire.
You're right. Huh? I guess you can have my log.
Me? Why should I build the fire? You build the fire.
I'm bothered by the smoke. You build the fire.
I'm bothered by your attitude. You build the fire.
No, you build the fire, Mr. Penmanship.
No, you build the fire, log lover.
No, you build the fire.
No, you build the fire.
Yeah, it's just kind of silly, a little bit irritating, actually. But...
You big baby.
I just like the voice clips. Like I said, I quote this game like on a daily basis. I'll be making a sandwich or something and be like, and so shall it be law.
Hi there.
Hello.
Feeling better now that there's a fire?
Much better, thank you. My teeth were grinding into a fine powder, and that blanket was really making me itch.
Nice painting of a turkey, dude.
I'm glad you think so. The choosing of the national bird is on our agenda for the convention.
Well, I thought the national bird was the eagle or something.
It may well turn out to be just that. You see, there are two schools of thought on the matter. Ben Franklin and I are in favor of the turkey, whereas Jefferson and Washington, for some reason, want the eagle. But Franklin's always outside playing with his ridiculous toys instead of here where he belongs, so it becomes 2 against 1.
Don't you guys have anything better to do?
Such as what?
Forgot about these.
Well, figure out what to do about the national debt?
Debt? This is a prosperous country. We don't have a debt.
Man, if only that was still true.
I gotta go.
Goodbye.
Alright, well, we still gotta see Red Edison. That Red Edison dude. And he, of course, is inside the grandfather clock where Dr. Fred's lab used to be. He's got a left-handed hammer, you know.
Say, that's a left-handed hammer, you know. I invented it myself. It was for my ungrateful slob of a left-handed son. Oh, well.
Yeah, the music is so much... I don't know.
Super battery, eh? Brilliant design. Sometimes I amaze myself. Now all I need is oil, vinegar, and some gold.
Hey.
What is it?
What are you doing?
I'm working on a new battery with an incredible storage capacity.
You look kind of familiar.
Of course I do. I'm Red Edison, the inventor, not to mention owner of this inn. Perhaps you've seen my picture in some important scientific journal. Then again, maybe not.
I think I'll be moseying along now.
Well, don't mosey over anything breakable on your way out.
Alright, he also needs the help wanted sign about the moronic drone.
What's this? Help wanted, moronic drone, assist genius, yada yada yada. Well, I'm the only genius around, and you look dumb enough. So pick up your lab coat and get to work.
It's another thing that stumped me as a kid. I always wanted to pick up the lab coat.
Ah, excellent. I need that for my super battery.
Yeah, just for inventory space. Ditch the oil. We still need vinegar and gold. I've noticed when you have subtitles active... Oh, well, something's happening here.
Those founding fathers are driving me nuts. Flag design changes every 5 minutes. Well, as soon as I'm done with this, I'm making them a flag, ready or not.
Another little minor hint of something to come. But yeah, with subtitles on, the actual voice dialogue clips, they take a little bit longer to get done.
I guess this is George Washington's bed. Whee!
I forgot about that. That's not what I meant to do.
Here I am, don't get your carols in an uproar. Excuse me, Mr. Washington. Boy, what a mess.
Whee!
Hey, lady.
Yes, Mr. Washington?
My name's not Washington, it's Hoagie.
That's funny, Mr. Washington. Imagine being named after a sandwich.
No, really, I'm not Washington.
You're George Washington, occupation founding father. It says so in the register.
You're right, I am Washington.
I knew it.
Don't you have any cleaning supplies?
Like most maids, I keep them on me cart in the hall.
I'll let you get back to your work.
Yes, there's lots to be done.
That's not what I'd call a lot of cleaning supplies.
The water's all sudsy now.
Old-fashioned lie in a new, more convenient size. The water's all sudsy now.
I got a picture of Max up here. From Sam and Max.
The late Max Addicks, his petard runneth over. A lamentable fate for such a patriotic dude.
Betsy Ross. There's some few funny
I told
things.
you guys I'll get to the flag next. I'm working as fast as I can.
Hey, chill. Take your time.
Don't tell me you've got another design change for the flag.
I like this too. It gives you no choice but to say exactly
I've
that.
got another design change for the flag.
I knew it. What's the current brainstorm from our fickle founding fathers?
We need a babe in a leather
We
bikini.
need a babe in a leather bikini swinging a broadaxe.
Oh, what the heck. At this point, I'd do anything just to have it over with. Put the pattern on the table, and I'll look at it when I'm done with this job.
So that's a hint for something to come, but there's some funny things. He just starts saying random stuff if you keep talking to
The
him.
guys downstairs say they want a big family crest, and in the four corners they want a keg, some babes, a guitar, and some drumsticks. And underneath it all put, America rocks.
Just put the plans on the
I'll
table,
do a couple
and I'll
of them
get
because
to
there's
it.
some funny ones in there, but
What if it had the face of the devil on it, with like red, white, and blue flames coming out of his mouth?
Just put the plans on the table, and I'll get to it.
Well, let's make it just like the British flag, but upside down to cheese them off.
Just put the plans on the table, and I'll get to it.
We could have this babe like a waitress, and she's carrying this red, white, and blue cherry pie.
Just put the plans on the table, and I'll get to it.
How about a big old picture of me?
Just put the plans on the table, and I'll get to it.
I'll make it just like you were going to, but put in flying V guitars instead of stars.
Just put the plans on the table, and
there's
I'll
one
get
about
to
a
it.
pile of sticks or something.
Well, let's just have a picture of a guy carrying a bundle of sticks, and not name the country anything at all.
There you go.
Just put the plans on the table, and I'll get to it.
It would have been faster without subtitles, but it waits for the text to be done on the screen before they start speaking again. Now here's Ben Franklin's room. He's got wine.
Chateau de Cheapo, 1775.
That's another thing as a kid I thought was so funny to walk around
I
just
don't
saying.
quite see how it can fly. Probably the underwear drawer. Grody, man. I don't go through people's underwear. Hey, what's that on the plans? It looks like a secret backwards message. Oh, it's just a coffee stain. Looks like he spent a lot of time in there. Nah, there's printer's ink on the sheets.
Well, there you go. It's something to do later. But that underwear stuff, that's another thing. As kids, my sister and I used to laugh at. I don't go through people's underwear. What am I doing here? Whoops.
It looks like someone's dentures were in here.
Hey, I've got to put them somewhere.
This horse thing, it's pretty funny.
Hi, horsey.
Well, hi yourself.
Wow, you can talk.
Wow, so can you. What a coincidence.
I didn't think horses could talk.
Maybe they just never had anything to say to you. Ever think of that?
You mean horses have been snubbing me my whole life?
Well, if you want to put it that way.
Is this some kind of a trick?
I don't do magic. I'm just a horse.
Nice teeth.
Thanks. I paid quite a bit for them.
What's a nice horse like you doing in a place like this?
Hey, I live here. What are you doing here?
I'm trying to get back to the future and save the world.
The future, huh? And I thought that Franklin guy was off his nut.
Just like how the horse is the most rational.
I gotta go.
See you later.
So he's got nice teeth. That's kind of the subtle hint here.
The Chicago Manual of Thermodynamic Flux Induction Circuit Design. I bet this would work better than a sleeping pill.
And another weird hint. We gotta use this to put the horse to sleep.
The LALR compiler is constructed by the following method. First, develop a rigorous elective grammar. If the elements have NP completeness, the crunchy factor can be ignored. Blah, 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 blah. Whoa. These are almost as gross as my friend Eddie's teeth, and he eats raw sewage on stage.
So that's something for Laverne later, but now remember the statue in the VCR room? This is where it's being made. It's a funny dialogue thing here,
Question
too.
is, which one's stuffed and which one's the real McCoy?
I assure you that we are both real, but we are neither one of us McCoys. We are Edisons, Ned and Jed.
Who's who?
Does it really matter? Even our dear father can't tell us apart. He only knows that one of us is left-handed while the other is right, but that neither of us are following in his tiny scientific footsteps. Hold still, Jed! So, I'm almost too frightened to ask, are you the marble delivery man? Or the model?
I'm the model. Should I take my clothes off now?
No. No, you most definitely should not. We couldn't get your body shape right anyway, unless we cemented 2 slabs of marble together. But then your statue would have a big seam in it.
That's okay. It would have one anyway.
Look,
First time I heard that, I
don't call
cracked
us.
up.
We'll call you.
It's a butt
Damn.
joke, obviously.
I'm no marble delivery man, but rock is my life.
I'm sure that's terribly amusing, where you're from. Where exactly did you come from?
The future. Kind of spooky sounding, ain't it? Ooh, the future. I'm from the future. Look out.
Gosh, it would be so nice if you weren't here anymore.
Sorry, hope I haven't jostled you.
Too late.
So obviously the thing here, left-handed and right-handed, we have that hammer. Let's swap them, and this is obviously going to flip which side the sword is on. So then we could push the old lady down the stairs without her having to recover.
Oh no! I've lost it! Oh, where hath gone the muse that once guided my hand with such care? Must inspiration be so transitory? Must art be so cruel? I'm a failure. Don't say that, Ned. Father was right. We Edisons are made to be scientists, not artists. Dear brother, we must be strong in these times of creative adversity. Why don't you let me take over for a while? I'll clean this rubble up and start over. You relax.
Have a cappuccino.
Have a cappuccino.
There you go.
I'm glad we switched places. I think you're coming out quite well.
Alright, almost done exploring the inn. Up the stairs we go. We gotta get a cat toy and some paint. Alright, paint!
Alright, paint.
Yeah, let's do it. And also, the squeaky mattress. But it's too close. The cat goes right back to the toy and that's not enough time to grab it. So we gotta switch the mattresses.
Sounds like the cat's caught a moose up there.
Alright, should be plenty of time. Kind of starts right near it, too. It's another Laverne item. And now we got, what's-his-face's blanket for the smoke and chimney. Chimney? So let's block it and start a fire. I like Thomas Jefferson's voice. I don't know, there's just something stupid about it.
Okay. Who was the idiot who started the fire?
They're right by the kumquat tree that we need to paint. Well, obviously we can't go down the chimney. He says something like, no way, that thing's smoking by now, or something. I don't know what he says. But that's to kick them out of the room so we can steal the gold-plated pen. Because that's the gold that we need for our super battery. But there's actually a trophy if you go and talk to them outside right now, but for speed purposes, I'm not going to do it.
Stolen from the desk of George Washington. It looks pretty clear in here now. Say, did you get the pen on our way out?
No,
I found a blanket blocking the chimney.
Son, do you know anything about a blanket? Didn't the dude next to you have one earlier? Hey, catch you later.
And there you go, but we actually have to go back in there. Before that, let's also try to clean this carriage. Easily forgettable, maybe. There's a joke about why you never wash your car here.
Looks like a big storm. See, this is why I never wash my car. Hey, Ben.
Oh, it's you.
Where are you going? What about your experiment?
Even science sometimes gets cold on account of rain, my boy.
But how are you ever going to get lightning if you're not going to stand out in a storm?
To be frank, which I am, I don't know. The science of electrodynamics, much like your mind apparently, is still in a state of relative infancy. Back to the drawing board, I say.
What a genius.
You like the Yankee Doodle music. Alright, let's go paint that tree. Because remember, he only cuts down cherry trees. Family tradition, you see, only cherries. So we gotta play another prank on the president.
Looks better now.
And actually now Bernard needs the paint. So if you're ever trying to speedrun this game, like that's an example of something you don't want to do. Flush objects when you're on the same screen as the Chron-O-John, because they automatically walk to it. I don't know who speedruns point-and-click adventures, really. But the wine, we have to turn into vinegar over time by putting it in the time capsule, so let's do it.
Thank you. This is exactly the sort of thing I need for the time capsule. I'll bury it tonight, and it won't be seen for hundreds of years. Future generations are in your debt.
Whoa.
And now, I think we're pretty much done with Hoagie until we can do some stuff with Bernard and Laverne. So we'll set them up. Wait a minute. Well, we didn't chop down the tree. Whoops, I don't know what I'm doing here. Betsy Ross is the next puzzle, though.
Excuse me. Yes? I've been thinking about what you said about cherry trees. Pondering the great truths, eh? Well, I bet you've lost it. You couldn't cut down a tree to save your grandmother. Lost it, have I? Why, I'd show you a thing or two if there were a cherry tree nearby. But as you can see, oh, well, what do you know? There is a cherry tree out there. Well, let's go chop the sucker down.
The pose afterward.
I said come down from there at once!
Try to understand. I'm stuck in this.
Voila! You're quite a man. Yes, I know.
So yeah, it's kind of a complicated thing. I remember as a kid, that was another thing. Just how do you play as Laverne? I didn't figure that out for the longest time.
Get me out of here! I haven't done anything.
Well, you must have done something or you wouldn't be here now, would you? You'd be out in the lobby with your tentacle owner, getting dressed up for the human show.
Owner? No one owns me.
Gosh, no owner, you say? Well, don't worry about it. I'm sure someone will come adopt you before we have to put you to sleep.
Damn that Dr. Fred.
Hey, she knows the Edison family motto.
Dr. Fred, is that you?
What? You're nuts. There hasn't been a Fred in the Edison family for 200 years. The last Fred was such a shame to the whole family, not to mention the whole human race.
Well, who are you then?
I'm Zed Edison. That's my wife Zedna, and my son Ved.
Nice to meet you. Well, I've got a lot of rotting in jail to do, so...
Yeah, me too.
Alright, they probably have some hidden jokes in there. That's another silly thing, but there's two things that we have to do. We have to say that we're sick and go to the bathroom. Saying that we're sick lets us get a chart.
You-hoo, Mr. Tentacle Guy.
What?
Ooh, I don't feel so good. I think I'm going to throw up all over.
Uh-oh. Time to visit Dr. Tentacle.
And the bathroom option is the only way to get access to the Chron-O-John.
Well, well, what have we here?
I feel pukey.
Indeed. All right, now hold still.
Are you gonna use your scalpel?
No, of course not.
Darn. Do you want to use mine?
No.
What?
Hmm.
What?
Just as I suspected.
What?
There's nothing wrong with you, human.
What a letdown.
Well, I'm late for the show. I'll send your keeper back for you. Oh. Sit. Stay. Good boy.
Yeah, in this dystopian future run by purple tentacles, humans are treated like dogs, basically. They go to little fashion shows, and, yeah, it's all just ridiculous nonsense. But I never really liked Laverne's thing that much.
Hey, how'd you get out? Get back in there. I wish Dr. Tentacle would stop losing patience.
Alright, so we got the chart, we gotta flush it to Hoagie.
Mr. Tentacle Guy.
So we gotta go to the bathroom.
What?
I have to go to the bathroom.
Ha, that's a good one. Imagine a human using a bathroom. Come on, let's take a walk. Okay, human, do your business.
Sweet, so now it helps to know already what you have to do so you can give Laverne all the things that she's gonna need. The scalpel has to go to Bernard. The chart is gonna be the new American flag so that she can sneak around here. So let's actually take care of that now. Because until that happens, what's going on here?
How about an amendment that the president has to be a human being?
Please, this is serious business.
You're right.
Serious business. That voice. Oh, that's what I'm saying. Like I said, the Star Fox thing. How you can easily quote Star Fox lines because they're just, the voice acting is so stupid. The lines are dumb. This game is the exact same way. Especially experiencing it as a kid back when like just saying something like whoa was funny because just how it sounded. You thought it was hilarious as a kid. And it just has stuck with me my whole life. So you might not be cracking up right now seeing it, but... Why did the menu pop up? That's weird. Well, there you go, that's our disguise, and they buy it, oddly. The can opener has to go to Laverne. And what else? The spaghetti. The teeth. The mouse toy. And I think that's it. So one last step, we're almost done with Hoagie, we just need the vinegar and the gold. We have the gold, so let's give that to him. The vinegar we have to get as Laverne and flush it to Hoagie.
Ah, excellent. I need that for my super battery.
And Bernard, I gotta use the red paint, we gotta... The whole thing here, let's flush what we need, the fake barf, the whiteout, the crank to get the flag, the fork, that's for the spaghetti, and that's it. Now we can do Bernard's stuff. So Hoagie's whole thing is to build the battery so he can get back and kind of set up future events
Ted
for
is
these
red.
guys.
See red Ted.
Why is Ted red? Well, you'll see in a minute. Now is when it's time to remember that Fred sleepwalks if he drinks decaf. And attempts to open the safe, but freaks out about it. See if we can learn why.
Hey, Dr.
I
Fred.
don't remember if it's in here or not.
You're going to get really chafed hands doing that.
Sorry, coffee jitters.
Maybe you should switch to decaf.
No, then I'd fall asleep and the dreams would come.
How's the mad scientist biz?
Not too lucrative lately. We're living mostly on the income from renting out our mansion. That and Edna's tips from her exotic dancing.
Ew.
We have to do something.
What do you suggest, college boy? No diamond for the central unit, no power for the Chron-O-Johns. A mutant monster of my own creation, roaming the countryside, taking over the world. It's a dark day for mad science.
How about catching Purple Tentacle?
He's long gone, probably taking over the world as we speak.
Ah, it triggers another one of these. Okay. There's something about how he was supposed to sign a contract so he would be entitled to money.
We'll all be speaking, well, English, I guess.
I guess I'll have to go save the world myself then.
Good luck.
Hey, they didn't fix this bug where the music stops. Interesting. Well, let's give him the decaf. It's going to be new music anyway.
Thanks. I needed a little pick-me-up. Must open safe. Must sign contract. Must provide for family.
Yeah, I don't know why it wasn't there. If you talk to him normally, it reveals that there is a contract in the safe that he was supposed to sign, but it's too late now. And so they're really broke, but they really could be millionaires. But I forget the reason why he won't sign it, or I don't know.
I've heard it's not too good to disturb a sleepwalker. He almost took my hand off with the door.
Well, anyway, he's rapid fire opening and closing the safe, so this is where Edna's room comes in. And also the scalpel. We hate this clown, but he laughs. We haven't really seen the hint for why we need this yet, but let's give it to Laverne. Because remember the whole like dog and pony show type thing? Humans are entered in a contest and they're judged on best hair, best laugh, and best smile. That's why we need the horse's teeth, the spaghetti for hair, and then that laughing box for the best laugh. But now, we need to go push Edna down the stairs so we can use her VCR, because otherwise she won't let us do it. That's why we need to switch the statue's position.
Well, you know what they say. If you want to save the world, you gotta push a few old ladies down the stairs.
So let's record this on video so that we can watch it in slow motion. I don't know, I think the way to play this is with the old sounds. Maybe keep the new visuals, but definitely use the old sound
Dr.
effects.
Fred Edison, Internal Revenue. Come with us. We'd like to go over some of your records with you. Upstairs.
Okay, now we switch it, well, we rewind the tape, and that SP-EP, this is slow motion basically, so now we play it back. And you could skip this, of course, but it goes slow enough to see the combination, and that's the whole thing, 101-999-57. Dr. Fred Edison. I like the IRS guys.
Dr. Fred Edison, Internal Revenue. Come with us.
Alright, now...
I think I broke the button.
That's another thing me and my sister used to laugh at. I don't know, just the way he says, I think I broke the button. I don't know. It's not funny anymore, but back then it was. Let's go see the IRS guys. They say something funny about the Dodgers. Hopefully we'll get it.
Say, what's the filing date for a BFD 206ZZ insufficient credit applications form? You have until midnight on the 12th working day past the first full moon after the end of your fiscal year. However, you can extend the date by filing an RPM 78 waning interest extension anytime before the close of business on this. What is it?
Are you guys brothers?
At the IRS, we're all brothers.
Random trophy associated with that one.
What have you done with Dr. Fred?
We've got him safely locked in the next room while we go over his books. No, you can't go in and see him. And don't even think about staging some kind of rescue.
There's your hint of what you gotta do.
Who's your tailor?
Very funny.
I'll just be moseying along.
Keep your nose clean, kid.
See if we get the Dodgers line.
Is that a W390B frivolous spending report? Hey, you can't go in there. No, it's another 561AB negative attention statement. Ah. Good thing we've got Dr. Fred under wraps in the next room, huh? All that red tape ought to keep him busy.
Yeah.
Is that a W390B frivolous spending
It's not
report?
worth waiting for it. It's random.
No, it's another 561AB.
They say something about the
negative
Dodgers,
attention
though, where they're like... Have you noticed that when the pitcher is on second base or whatever and throws a certain... They just do it in their little rapid-fire speech. And they're like, I don't know. Doesn't matter. But yeah, the red tape, that's your hint. So the only way into that room is through the fireplace and the window. And we'll notice that Dr. Dr. Fred is wrapped up in literal red tape. And that's why we needed to paint Ted red. But first we need the rope, because we gotta basically switch their bodies and make the IRS guys think that Ted is Fred. See Red Ted. And then we gotta put a funnel in his mouth and dump regular, not decaf coffee, so he wakes up. And then we know the combination of the safe, so we could just go grab the contract. And then we gotta fool him into signing it, flush it to Hoagie, and mail it with the Pony Express stamp so that he's rich. And we use that money to buy a diamond for the machine. That's Bernard's whole quest, is to get a diamond so the Chron-O-Johns can work again. Meanwhile, the other two just try to power up their Chron-O-Johns. Silly stuff. Like I said, doing commentary over top of this, I feel very weird about it all of a sudden. Because it is something you just kind of have to do for yourself, and maybe the humor is outdated. I don't know. But there was a game in the library as a kid. It was like Mickey Mouse, and you could make him walk into the bathroom and like take a bath or something. It's kind of like a primitive The Sims. But it featured Mickey Mouse. There you go, he's up there. Yeah, you fall down the roof quite a bit in this process. But yeah, as a kid, just seeing any game on the computer, like remember Cats? That just random software where you just pick cats and click some stuff. I loved that stuff as a kid. Like sit a kid at a computer and tell them to just click on the random pictures and see what the characters say. They love that stuff. That's where the fun of this game was. And the puzzles are easier to figure out than like Sam and Max and stuff.
Thought I heard something. Everything okay in there? Well, try and keep it down, okay?
Alright, now we gotta tie Fred up and pull on the rope again. But yeah, some of the stuff that I still quote to this day, like I said, in random situations, is the "and so shall it be law" thing. And it's like anything Hoagie says or George
I'm not
Washington.
Make that mistake again.
It's so over the top.
Oof. Dr. Fred, are you okay? Dr. Fred? I'd better get him to the lab. Well, I got him in here, but he's out cold.
I like the bass line of Dr. Fred's lab music. But I think I like the old version better.
Damn good coffee.
Alright, now we gotta get that, contract. Should have done that first. And it's a dialogue puzzle now to get them to sign it.
Let's see, it's 101-999-57.
Which again is maybe a type of gameplay that's outdated. And really kind of might be testing your attention span. But
The party of the first part shall hereby be known as a crazed maniacal genius. I got the contract for you to sign, Doctor.
Sorry, I don't like to sign things that I haven't read.
Okay, so read it first.
I'm busy trying to think of a way to save humanity. I don't have time to read. Now leave me alone.
Will you please sign this contract?
I don't sign things I haven't read.
Oh, forget it. I'll get rid of Purple Tentacle myself.
Oh, yeah? How?
I'm getting Purple Tentacle declared insane and arrested.
That's a good idea.
But I need a note signed by a doctor.
Oh. Hey, I'm a doctor.
We're in luck.
I think there's multiple ways to solve that. There's like a few options that work. That's just the one I know.
Well, good luck.
So now we got his signature on it, but it's past the date, so let's flush it to Hoagie. Again, on a screen where you might not want to do that if you're trying to speed run it. And we could solve that in a minute. Let's work on Laverne since we're doing this.
Yoo-hoo, Mr. Tentacle Guy.
It's about time.
Yeah, unfortunately we have to
Yoo-hoo,
do the doctor
Mr.
thing again.
Tentacle Guy.
What?
In order to gain access to the flag that's on top of the fireplace.
Ooh, I don't feel so good.
Again?
Luckily all that stuff is cut out though. You just gotta be careful you don't walk in front of any tentacles like that guy. There's a guy right over here, but if you have the crank from Bernard, and you've done the flag switch, like that's why Laverne was definitely like the last thing I ever figured out as a kid. Her stuff is a little more complicated.
Fascinating.
Whoops. Yeah. I think overall, like, it's a cool remaster. The visuals are nice. The music has qualities that are better. But I feel like they didn't balance the audio appropriately. Because a lot of times the new music and stuff sounds louder than the old voices. It just doesn't mesh as well as, like, the old version is just, it's good all around.
Hello, I'm a tentacle. I'd like to enter my insignificant human in the show.
Oh my, yes, of course. Take these tags and put them on your human and have them wait on the bench in the lobby. Entrance will be judged in 3 categories: best smile, best hair, and best laugh.
Thank you, fellow tentacle. Unlike humans, you have been very useful.
Oh, thank you. Believe me, it was my pleasure.
Now all I need is a human.
Yowza! That was one good-looking tentacle.
Yeah. I don't know, Laverne's stuff, it's not really packed with jokes. It's kind of like, it goes off of her sadistic personality or something. But here's our little stupid sweatshirt that's been drying for 400 years. Or actually, no, it was only 200.
Ooh, cute.
And we also have a hamster waiting for us in the ice box. And that's our ticket out of here, really. Oh, this guy. Hold on, let's go to the Chron-O-John. Now that there's no tentacle out here, there's a cat.
can't get close to him.
There's kind of another roundabout puzzle with this whiteout stuff.
This ought to be good.
So it looks like a skunk. That's the whole purpose here. Let's lure it with the little cat toy.
Well, what do we have here? Looks like a prosthetic rodent. Another specimen.
So we'll see what that does in a second here, but now let's go talk to Harold. This guy's ridiculous. I don't know if he has anything kind of humorous. I always never talk to him anymore.
My name's Laverne. I'm a sophomore.
My name's Harold. I'm a thoroughbred.
That's quite a tutu you've got there.
Thank you. My owner paid quite a lot of money for it. My owner buys me anything I want.
What are you, guys waiting for?
We're all waiting for the human show to begin, of course. If you have a human you want to enter, you better get it down here. But then again, why bother? My owner says I'm going to win. I'm the most beautiful human there is.
Where is your owner?
He's not here right now. But he would be if he in any way possibly could. His bus broke down in Pittsburgh, so he's stuck there with the other owners. This is the first show I've ever done. Alone.
Hello.
Hey, hold that thought. I got a boogie.
Keep in touch.
Yeah, so Harold, he wins every category no matter what,
This
so he's going to be a problem.
400-year-old clock is an amusing example of primitive human timekeeping.
And this dude, I always just walk past him too, but...
Nice clock.
Yes, it's a valuable antique. I'd like to show it to you, but I'm presently charged with the task of guarding it. No one will get near it while I'm here.
Couldn't I
Has
please touch
anyone
the
ever
clock?
escaped from this place?
Some try once in a while, but I always fetch them back. That's my primary duty here, and I take it very seriously. I always get my man, no matter how long it takes. Why, I once trailed a renegade human for 6 days. He led me clear through the hills and up to the top of those mountains to the west. You couldn't possibly imagine the horrible things I had to eat to survive.
Yeah.
Putrefied squirrel intestines?
Good heavens!
He's kind of got a lot of long
Be
stuff,
seeing
so... The whole point is he tracks down escapees.
I regale you with further tales of my tracking expertise.
Stupid tentacle.
So here's our ice machine. And we got the 3 rooms as usual, but all futuristic. We gotta look at it first.
Looks like there's some kind of rodent down there.
And here's our frozen hamster. We gotta microwave him and then put a sweater on him. But first, let's explore further. It's a hoagie room. We gotta use this can opener to open Jefferson's time capsule. Thank you. This is exactly the sort of thing I need for the time capsule. Whatever. Flush it to Hoagie, and that's the end of his puzzle. Let's finish up Laverne. We'll do her first because we've got everything we need now. So that was Hoagie's time period, and this one is like a relic. I like this room.
Hello, my silent gauze-wrapped friend. I've got to get power to my Chron-O-John.
The Chron-O-John, what a name, man.
Oh well.
Nice little options there that hinted at what you gotta do for the other guys.
I really should go now.
Anyway, I just
Call
wanted to
me
do that to get the
sometime,
trophy.
Okay.
But I guess this is supposed to mimic Bernard's time period or something. We need the extension cord for our Chron-O-John. And let's put... Ted is gonna be our human for the human show.
You're
So let's put
ready
our
to
tags
go now.
on him.
I would, but who would see it?
Yeah, you can't decorate him fully until he's actually entered. So we need the roller skates to push him down on the bench next to Harold. Yeah, I got a trophy.
Spirit? Everyone's raring to
Because in my practice run I skipped this cutscene, so I guess it didn't give it to me. But yeah, they were waiting on that last entry.
Ah, here it comes, my finest hour.
Those two on the left are totally silent the whole time, and obviously the sleeping dude with the dog thing on his neck. He doesn't say anything either, so it's just Harold. And in here, we have him,
Scott,
the man himself.
you're purple.
Yes?
Well, don't you just look good enough to eat?
What's that supposed to mean? You're not a human sympathizer, are you?
I think humans are the vilest creatures on the planet.
That's the spirit. You know, I'm working on a way to get rid of the humans once and for all.
So, what are you plotting?
I'm building a shrinking ray, which I can use to shrink those pesky humans out of my sight for good.
Tell me more about this shrinking ray of yours.
I call it the diminuator. The biggest problem left is to design a trigger that doesn't require fingers.
If you'll excuse me, I've got something in the oven.
Anyone I know, eh? My secret weapon is almost ready.
So yeah, I just kind of did that dialogue to show you what he's working on, because that's what you would do if you were playing this for the first time anyway. But alright, let's decorate our mummy for the 3 categories. Best hair, let's put spaghetti on his head. But it's too messy, we gotta make it look like Harold, so we need the fork to twirl it up. And then best teeth, why not the horse's beautiful teeth? And best laugh would be the Boxo laughs from Uzo the Clown or Bozo. There we go, but he still cannot beat Harold.
Well, he's got an impressive smile, a nice hearty laugh, and luscious, stylish hair.
In other words, not a chance in hell.
I forgot he said that. So, to get rid of him, we use the fake barf.
Oh, Harold, that's gross.
What are you babbling about?
You really should have told the judges if you weren't feeling well.
Oh, ick! Now, how did that mess get in there? I think I'm going to be sick.
Someone in here not feeling well?
I was feeling fine until I saw that.
Is that your regurgitation?
No, I'm an healthy human.
Didn't you just say you thought you were going to be sick?
That's just a figure of speech.
Do you realize you could have infected the whole show with human influenza?
But I just got all my shots.
You're a good-looking human, Harold, but you know the rules. You're out of the show. What a mess.
I hate cleaning up after humans.
There we go, now we just gotta make them do it, because they're just kind of being lazy talking in the corner. It's not worth talking to these other people, it's all just kind of whatever Laverne feels like saying.
And so I said to her, that's not my suction cup. You think that's funny? Listen to this.
Hey, when are you guys going to judge best hair?
Oh, all right.
Wow, that's the best hair I've ever seen on a mummy.
Thick and full
and juicy.
The mummy wins.
Agreed.
I think it's funny how they never explained how there's all these different colored tentacles. Like, how did he mate? I don't know.
Hey, when are you guys going to judge Best Smile?
Oh, all right.
I like the quiet one with the big teeth.
There's nothing in the rules about them being white.
First place goes to the mummy.
Agreed.
I don't even know if that middle dude has a name.
Hey, when are you guys going to judge Best Laugh?
Oh, all right.
Okay, who's got a joke?
Hey, I just flew in from Baltimore, and boy are my suction cups tired.
A classic.
Huh. Huh. Huh.
It's amazing how the mummy can do that without moving his lips.
I say we give him first place.
Agreed.
Well, that makes him best of show.
Let's go congratulate him.
He is very well preserved.
I'll miss his laugh.
It's time to give him his winnings and start packing up. We gotta get this whole show to Baltimore by Thursday.
Yes, our work here is done.
There you go. Obviously, you would get a trophy for this, but I already did it. So we got a dinner certificate and a trophy. The trophy is useless, but we need the other thing.
Ted, this is where we part ways. You've certainly helped save humanity. Even though you've been dead for thousands of years, I think you're my favorite Edison.
Ah, jeez.
Tell me, Lieutenant, how do you really feel about humans?
Honestly, sir, I think they're filthy, obscene, foul, sickening. Like the stuff in your eyes when you wake up. Like the wax that builds up behind your suction cups after a few days.
Here's an example of the subtitles trailing behind the actual speech.
That's enough, son. I just wanted to be sure you weren't one of those humanist sympathizers. What with this ridiculous human show going on here, there's humophiles everywhere.
I'm no humophile, sir.
That's good. Now, let me tell you about a little plan I have.
Alright, so we want a certificate for dinner for two at Club Tentacle. And we have a skunk in our pocket, and this guy is preventing us from going to see what's in Dr. Fred's lab. So we gotta get rid of him so we can go see what's in the clock in this time period. And actually, since we're headed that way, we'll do the extension cord stuff now. Whoops. You gotta plug it into the Chron-O-John and through the window. You could do this either before or after what we actually have to do inside the basement. So that's all set up. Now let's go give our dinner certificate to the prison guard.
Say, cutie, what brings a hot tentacle babe like you to a dump like this?
I'm here to see you, big boy.
Really? Well, what are you doing for dinner? How about Club Tentacle? What am I saying? I can't afford to take out the trash, let alone a classy babe like you.
I'm here by accident. Bye.
Hey, I don't want to be here either.
Dinner for two at Club Tentacle. Dang, it says tentacles only.
Whoa! Dinner for two at Club Tentacle? I can't wait to tell my wife.
Well, he has a wife! Yeah. And now to get these guys to escape so we can get the guy out of the clock, Throw the skunk.
Hey, look, a skunk.
Come back here, you mangy humans! You can't do this! This is an escape-proof facility!
So there you go, that's pretty much the
Who says you
complicatedness.
can't learn anything from cartoons, eh, kitty?
Oh yeah, there's a little silly thing you could do here.
Now I am the jailer, and you kitty, are my prisoner.
I feel bad though, so I'll free the cat. There we go. Well, let's go to the clock now. Well, actually, we gotta go in here. Almost forgot. Microwave the hamster, because he's our ticket out.
Gosh, I hope this isn't like the primitive, dangerous microwave ovens of my century. Those things could really pop a hamster good. Uh-oh.
The sound effects. And now there's actually a hidden trophy. If you try to microwave them again, you get a trophy for oddly.
That was fun, but only because this is the 22nd century. You see, kids who put hamsters in microwaves back where I'm from get taken away from their parents and put up for adoption. So don't do it. I've already thawed him out.
Now
Besides,
you're pushing it.
he won't let me insert the meat thermometer.
What? Anyway, put the sweater on him.
This ought to warm him up.
There we go, we're ready to get out of here. Now we go. Good look at this. How do you do it?
Ooh.
Yeah, it was kind of pointless. To the grandfather clock, let's end this thing. I don't know, her section never really made me laugh, even as a kid. It was the hardest one to figure out, and just... Alright, so the whole thing here is the hamster. We gotta plug the extension cord into the hamster power generator and let him go. But then for some reason that happens, creating this hubcap that we can pick up, which has no purpose. That and the trophy. I thought there might be a PlayStation trophy associated with picking this thing up.
It has a dent in it shaped like my skull. Why did I pick this stupid thing up?
That's literally all it is. There's no purpose for it.
That's how you empty the vacuum cleaner, I guess.
So thanks to George Washington's new constitutional law, I guess, if you will. We have a vacuum cleaner in the basement to suck this thing up. And that'll make the toasty warm hamster a dusty warm hamster. And that thing can no longer punch us, so we are done. And then all we have to do is cash in the vinegar. Actually, there's a little bit more to Hoagie. We gotta get his battery powered up, too.
Well? Look at that sucker go. He just keeps running and running and running.
I don't know if that was supposed to be an Energizer battery joke or something. There you go. Laverne's section is done. Let's get that super battery.
Ah, the final element for my ingenious battery. Stand back, boy. Give me room to work.
That's another easily quotable thing, just randomly throughout your day. Or if you ever lose something upstairs, I don't know, anytime that happens, I'll start quoting Dr. Fred. And like, maybe I put them upstairs. That's got to be it. Upstairs.
A miracle of modern science. It will look lovely here on the shelf until I take it with me to Baltimore.
This game has an obsession with Baltimore.
Don't look now, but the British are coming, dude.
Eh? Where?
Is that supposed to be funny? I'm very busy.
Alright, so we got the battery, but it's empty. It has no charge, so this is where Ben Franklin comes in and the lab coat. And also we have to...
It's mine. The meter says that it's at 0 power.
We gotta do this contract thing, so put the Pony Express stamp and let's mail it. And that'll set up Bernard so he could purchase a diamond and get everybody back to the proper time period.
Yes, what do you want?
Hi there. Is this Dr. Fred Edison?
Who did you think you called? Dr. Spock? Look, I don't have all day.
This is Farley Croc at LucasArts Games. I just discovered your contract among some very old files, and, well, our lawyers say that we have to pay you $2 million in back royalties. For the use of your family in the Maniac Mansion video game.
What?
This is Farley Croc.
No, I heard that, you moron. When do I get my money?
Oh, right now. It's been credited to your Swiss bank account.
Operator, get me a travel agent. This is an emergency.
Poor Dr. Fred, I guess he wanted to go on vacation, but we got other plans. So now, that's sorted, Bernard's ready to be done. Let's finish up Hoagie and go talk to Ben Franklin. Give him the lab coat, it's what he needs to get his kite ready.
I got something good for you, mister. Mister.
Mr. Brainstorm? Yes, hand it over. Doesn't this belong to somebody?
Yeah, Red Edison.
Ah. I'm sorry, but the man has no vision. A lightweight, durable fabric like this going to waste down in his basement. When I'm done with it, it will fly. Eureka! The all-season Francocopter, ready to make history.
Alright, so now we gotta sneak the battery in there and catch some lightning to charge up the battery.
No, there's no fuse.
So, what do I light?
For the last time, you're not going to light anything. You just push it.
The whole time? How am I going to get up that high?
Listen, just wait for me to say the word now. Then push the kite into the air, all right?
I'm on you, lasagna.
Let's hope so.
This is funny if you push it before or way after he says no. I don't know, it's just a nice dumb thing, but I'll do it right.
Whee!
She's handling kind of funny.
You got it. Just hang on there.
She's too heavy. I can't control her.
Hang on, Ben. Hang on.
She's breaking up. She's breaking up. Run for your life.
It's so stupid.
Now that was interesting.
Yeah. Say, can I see that kite for a second?
No, I'm taking it back to my lab in Philly right now so I can study the results. Wish me luck. I never got your name.
It's Hoagie, sir.
Nice working with you, Hoagie. I promise to name an invention after you someday.
Gosh, thanks.
All right.
The lightning must have charged it up.
That finishes it.
The meter says it's fully powered.
And once we hook it up, there's a funny thing about shocking your tongue or something. There's also a trophy if you try to use it with the Chron-O-John.
My one chance of getting out of here? Yeah.
Sure. That should have worked. I guess it's their inside joke of like, why didn't they program it to make it work? Whoops, you gotta do it with the plug though.
Whoa.
Let's look at it. Just for what he says.
If you lick it, you'll shock your tongue.
I don't know. Made me laugh when I was a kid. All right, Bernard, let's bring him on home. All we gotta do is call for that diamond. We've got the $2 million, so now we gotta call 1-800-STAR-WARS. Using any phone, there's a few of them around here.
Couch Potato Shopping Channel, Wanda speaking.
I want to buy a diamond.
That will be $2 million. Do you have a major credit card?
I have a numbered Swiss bank account.
What's the number, sir?
It's 846-427-35327.
Very good, sir. We'll send the diamond by pronto post lightspeed delivery immediately. Thank you for calling.
Now that's service. I'd better get this to Dr. Fred right away.
The subtitles, by the way, were an option because you couldn't always get the voice
should
to
do
work
it.
in these things.
Where did you get this diamond anyway?
It was donated by a group of Girl Scouts who were in the neighborhood.
How heartwarming. According to my instruments, everything is in readiness. Your friends have activated their units, so it's time to throw the switch.
Great! Hoagie! I'm so happy to...
Hi!
Laverne! Wow! I'm so glad you two made it back okay.
I hate to interrupt, but there's no time to lose. Now that you're back, we've got to proceed with the original plan and send you back to yesterday to turn off the sludge-o-matic.
Huh?
Say what?
Now hold on a minute, Dr. Fred. They just barely made it back to our time alive, and I think...
Ha ha! You can't turn off the machine if I get there first.
Uh-oh.
Don't worry, guys. This time I know I can stop him.
Uh-oh. I guess we better do something.
Let's go.
No, wait! You can't all go in the same stall. Didn't you see the fly?
Here we are, in yesterday. Man, imagine if you could do that in real life. That'd be cool. We're some kind of monster, dudes.
We're...
We're some kind of monster, dudes.
Great. Stuck here the rest of my life, listening to Bernard talking and watching Hoagie eat. Mom warned me there'd be days like this.
Now, wait just a minute.
It's Perfect Tentacle!
It's Green Tentacle. What was that, Green?
Perfect Tentacle behind you!
What?
I believe he's trying to warn you about me.
Oh.
We're going to turn off the sludge-o-matic and defeat your evil plan, overgrown worm.
You sorry lot are no match for me.
But there's 3 of us. Well, sort of.
Nevertheless, I mean to crush you.
Yeah?
You and what army?
Why, this army, of course.
Yikes.
You see, I've been busy. These are all versions of myself from the future. I've been bringing them back here using the Chron-O-John. Together, we will conquer the world. You 10 there. Go to the basement and guard the sludge-o-matic. No one is to touch the sludge-o-matic. Now, creature, I must decide what excruciating tortures to leave them to me. I've been itching for a chance to test out my newly completed diminuator.
Uh-oh. Excuse me. Us.
All right, the rest of you come with me. Next stop, the world.
His diminuator laser was
do
yellow
now?
in the old version.
Whoa.
It wears off.
Aha!
Run for it!
Damn. The
Like it's
battery must
stupid
not have had
noise.
time to recharge, but it will.
All right, we're almost done. Do you remember one object around this place that we've seen, but haven't used yet? Because that's the answer.
Shh! Maybe he won't find us.
You, where are you, human?
All right, so the trick here is to leave the room and make sure the command is to open this next door. You can't walk up to it and then open it. You have to open it prior.
Aha!
Uh-oh.
Take that.
Because this happens.
And this. Drat.
Alright, and while you're still tiny, book it in there into Dwayne's old room. Remember, it had a mouse hole in it, or just the right size to fit through. And that brings us to Green Tentacle's room. And this is where the object is. It's the bowling ball. I didn't really point it out or anything. I guess there's plenty of objects that you would think would be clickable. So we're just gonna wait for... Yeah. With Hoagie's arms, we could pick up anything. Yeah.
Hey! Where'd he go?
And now, just like the hubcap, we can pick up another useless item. Remember the help wanted sign? Since it's yesterday now, we can grab it again. Which would totally mess up the events of this, but... I don't know, it's just something... Again, I feel like there should be a trophy associated with like picking up these items that have no purpose.
Wanted.
And now, remember there was exactly 10 guarding the sludge-o-matic, and we have a bowling ball? How many pins are in bowling? There you go.
Great! Now we can turn off the machine and prevent all this tentacle mayhem from ever happening.
Well, I'm certainly glad that's over with.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Leaving so soon? We haven't had the chance to get to know one another. You humans are so small-minded. Ha 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 ha!
Eek!
Alright, so this game ends with a dialogue puzzle. Dr. Fred is the hint here.
Run all you like, you insignificant insect. You can't stop me. The human race is doomed.
Just what is it you have against humans, anyway?
Humans are our oppressors. They made us live in this horrible motel. They created us in ungainly forms, so we could not rise against them. Try walking around with your legs tied together and glue on your shoes. You'll see what I mean.
Sounds like that's all Dr. Fred's fault, really.
I suppose you're right about that. I didn't start out hating all humans, just Dr. Fred.
You're pretty handy with that ray gun.
Center of the forehead every time.
There's
Would
your
you
other
like a
hints.
demonstration?
Why don't you zap Dr. Fred if you hate him so much?
Perhaps that would be entertaining.
And that's the game.
Oh, drat.
Surely we can talk this out.
Talk?
Surely.
Wait! You haven't heard the last of me. I'll be back, and the next time, the world and all its piffling inhabitants shall be mine. All mine. All mine.
Okay, little fella. Mail this to Siberia.
There you go. As if a tentacle with arms could take over the world anyway.
Our work here is done. Now we can go home.
Well, kiddies, it's been more fun than a jumpsuit full of weasels. Now, kindly get your freakish hide out of my home.
Please, Dr. Fred, you've got to get us out of this mess. We look terrible, and we can't buy clothes off the rack.
I'm getting sort of used to it. Maybe we could go on the talk show circuit.
Oh yeah, this is before the internet.
Help us, Dr. Edison. You're our only hope.
Oh, all right. Idiots! It seems you're not exactly the sideshow attraction you imagined. You're just three complete goofballs stuck in one suit of clothes.
Well, I'm glad that's taken care of. Looks like everything's back to normal.
Yes, I got it. Mental patience. You get that trophy if you do not skip any of the cutscenes or anything. Kind of got worried as I skipped a dialogue with that help wanted sign at the end. But there you go. Classic cartoon. Everything's back to normal, but then the flag isn't. So that's just a silly game. I realize it's a little bit outdated now. I don't think the commentary added anything to it, really. But I know some of you guys were asking. But if you wanted to see the game again for some reason with no commentary, I do have the old version with exactly that. But I hope you enjoyed it anyway. As far as the remaster goes, I mean, I only paid $3 for it, and I think it's well worth it just because I love the game as it is. And graphically, I do like the little slight improvements. The new music is alright too, it's just, like I said, the audio balancing seems off. And so if I were to replay this again, like I'm glad I have it on the PlayStation, I could just, it's kind of easier to set up than the old game. And if I play it again, I'd probably go remastered visuals, but everything else old. All old music, old sound effects, because I think they're way better. And I do like the pixelated old school visuals too, but I don't know. It's just a nice thing. I'm glad that they brought it back and recognized that this really is one of the better LucasArts point-and-click games. But I mean, a lot of them, you had like Monkey Island too. Yeah, I don't know. Just good stuff. The jokes were funny as a kid. The voice acting I found hilarious back then. And I think it is really just, like I said, one of those things that I experienced it so young that the jokes have just kind of stuck with me, regardless of the fact if they're not funny at all anymore or whatever. So, depending on how well this goes over, I'll consider Sam and Max, because that's another one I played a lot of. But otherwise, that's that. Definitely a nice game if it's ever on sale for like $3 and you're interested in playing it yourself. I'd say definitely pick it up. But thank you for watching. I hope it was enjoyable, and I'll see you in the future. Take care.